Good morning, Gemstone lovers. This is David Artinian with Artinian Gems. I woke up this morning and I looked at the news and the stock market was down like 1,700 points. And I look at some other news and the coronavirus is everywhere and people are worried. And I thought, we've got a real problem. And it caused me to think back to how do you solve problems? How do you look at a problem in a way that's constructive? I went back through my notes and I found a problem-solving formula that I saw at a Tony Robbins seminar one time. And so I'm going to share that with you in hopes that through a point of creativity and a point of positive energy, you will be able to address the situation that might be facing your store right now. So I'm going to launch into it. The first question you ask is like, what's the problem? You got to be brutally honest. You write out the problem. For me, it could affect my travel schedule. I make most of my income by doing events. It could affect my travel schedule. It's been unusually quiet here at the office. So those are some things that could affect. And I got to say, okay, what could obviously it's a loss of income that could affect me. So that's the problem. Then I ask the next question you ask yourself is, okay, what is possibly great about this problem? And as I thought about it, there's nothing great about this problem. Loss of income and all this kind of negativity, what could possibly be great? And I thought, well, if there was a silver lining to this problem, what might it be? And I thought to myself, well, I'm forced to innovate and I'm forced to market. Peter Drucker said business is basically two things, it's marketing and innovation. And they say that a lack of success is not really a lack of opportunity, but it's a lack of creativity. And so this time is causing me to think more strategically. So I'm beginning to work on my business, beginning to not just work in doing my business, but work on it. What are the strategic things I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I have been putting off because of busyness? So it's forcing me to go into that area of strategy, to where I'm innovating. And for me, probably the greatest part of innovation is being able to sell more directly from my office instead of having to go do events. And so what I've been doing is I've developed a studio in my office and I've got a setup to do virtual meetings. Because if people are scared, they're not going to come out. And so what I can do is we can go to them. So what we can do with the store, and I've been working on this plan, but it's accelerated now that this crisis has hit, is the ability to do virtual meetings, show the clients the gems, play the gem hunting videos, tell the story, and then mail the gem to the store. So that's, what's great about that problem for me is not necessarily what is great about that problem for you. And it also brings out the leadership within us. It's caused me to go back into my notes and to things that I've studied and learned in the past and say, okay, how do we overcome the problem? How do we overcome the problem during the 2008 downturn? How do we overcome the problem during the 2001 crisis that we had with the trade towers? And all of this is wrapped up into our ability to innovate, to market, to be creative. So what is great about this problem? Now yours is going to be different than mine. So sit down, think about it, and write it out. And the next question you have to ask yourself is, okay, what am I willing to do to make it the way I want it? What am I absolutely willing to be? Am I willing to double my effort? Am I willing to do more research? What am I willing to do? Am I willing to think more about my clients? One creative idea could be call all of your elderly clients. Offer them a service. Say, if they're scared to get out, offer to go grocery shopping for them. The store is empty anyway. So offer to do something way over and above what you'd normally do. But call them, talk to them. That's one thing you can do. It's forcing me to think more about my clients and what do the stores need right now? How can I be a resource? Okay, so write down, what am I willing to do to make it the way I want it? You may have to dig deep inside of yourself to do far more than you were willing to do before. Then the next question is, what am I willing not to do? Absolutely will not do. And you'll have to think about that. What am I not willing to do to make it the way I want it? Well, I am not willing to listen to negativity. I am not willing to blame myself. I am not willing to blame others. I am not willing to allow a culture of negativity and fear to surround me. I'm going to be a leader. So those are just some thoughts that came to my mind. And the final question you ask is, how can I enjoy the process while I make it the way I want it? How can we just bring joy out of the situation? enjoy the fact that we're growing, developing. We might have more team meetings. We might have more team training. There are a lot of things we can do. Yours will be a little different than mine. So there's a quick 5-step approach to solving a problem in the light of the current crisis. And I wish you the best. Go for it. Be awesome. And I hope to see you soon.